Hello, my name is Susana Nila. I have more than 20 years of experience in human resources areas, uh, mainly in recruiting and also in international mobility, as well as human resources analytics, which is the subject that I'm going to address to you in this session. As an introduction, I would say that one of the most important topics that human resources needs to address is the talent shortage in the job market. There are not many different factors that are having an influence on this shortage. As you can see here, that as a first point, the low return on educational investment, that is an important aspect of that in Latin America we are facing, as most of the young people, the Latin American population is not finding uh, um, a good possibility to complete their university degrees, to obtain a university degree in order to guarantee the that they will have a very good income in the coming years. So based on this situation, they prefer not to continue their university studies, and then they choose other options to start working and having a good income as soon as possible. The other reason that is having an influence on this situation is that we are facing an accelerated skills mismatch in the job market. This is the reason of this situation is that there are many emerging technologies that are changing the job as we knew it, and due to this situation, it's necessary to have better talent in our companies, or at least to have some strategies that were not the same that we used in the past. Also, we are having emerging professions, and this is because of course, due to the new technologies emerging, but also due to the transformation of the marketplace, the job marketplace in the world, and also the need to have different certifications that can include these new knowledges, or the update of the professions in these days. In the coming slides, we are going to see how how and why these skills and knowledges have this this need to be updated in a continuous manner, compared to what occurred in previous decades. Also, we have here the need to have we have an emerging job skills approach to the job marketplace, and due to the fact that institutions and companies are needing people who have transferable skills. This is the a transferable skill is something that a person can use, not just in a daily basis situation at home, or in a social environment, but also can use in a work environment. And for example, communication skills in a appropriate way, not just in a formal but also in an informal way. This type of transferable skills are more and more necessary for the companies to, and especially to the recruitment teams, to be analyzed, to be included as part of the recruitment processes, um, um, in a strategic way. Also, the automation of work activities and innovation are having an important impact, as we are facing uh, um, a challenge in order to be more innovative, but also in order to have more job done in a shorter time. So, as companies are including, for example, chatbots and other mechanisms to automate, to make the work process automated, uh, we are also facing the situation of jobs getting or being transformed, and facing the situation to have less or teamworks that have less people as part of the work activities. Because, for example, if we are using CRM in order to manage the number of clients we are selling products, and we had in the past a team of 15 people in the sales in this area selling the products. Now with these platforms we can have effective teams of 5 people attending 2 or 3 more clients than in the past, when we didn't have this type of tools or platforms that allow the companies now to have many tasks automated, and causing that also like I said, the teams do not have to be so big like in the past. So due to this, all this, the combination of all these factors, we are facing different challenges in for for the job in the nearly future. So in this video, I'm going to share more detailed information on how the job market is being transformed by all these factors. So based on the previous slide, we can identify how the skills are very important for the companies, and also there are even some consultant international consultancy firms that have prepared models that include this strategy in order to incorporate the visualization of the skills as an important part of the company, in order not just to have the description of the jobs as we used to have them in the past, but also to consider how to have this visualization, this new way to describe how the different tasks, jobs, outcomes, and problems to be solved can be related to skills that are core for the institution or the company. In this case, hard skills, human capabilities, adjacent skills, and other different emerging skills that are going to be necessary in the future for the company. And with this skills hub, how they can improve the governance of the company, and also prepare some scenarios for the future, especially those that can allow the company to be more strategic, not just in terms of attracting the talent, but also considering how to develop the skill sets of the different workers that are part of the company. Also, how these skills can help the managers and also the workers and also the CEOs to make better decisions for innovative procedures or innovative products, but also how to best solve the different problems that the company needs to face on a daily basis, or from time to time, depending on the niche where they are specialized. So here we can see a different panorama of the areas where the decisions that need to be made and skills are relevant, are having an increasing importance. Also, it is necessary to be aware of how transitions and search for new equilibrium points are of a high importance nowadays. In this case, as we mentioned it, in this model described by or proposed by Deloitte, we can observe how the transition towards organizations that have these traditional jobs very well identified need to be improved by incorporating or by having an inventory of functions based on skills and also labor competencies, in order to have a better combination of the value of the organization. This scheme must be added to the need for a continuous updating system of competencies and knowledge. And this type of systems or are not very well used in most of the companies, because the learning process as part of a continuous strategy was not seen as important as it is now. And this is because of all this is transforming and new technologies having an influence on the not just on the companies and the work environment, but also in the way universities and also the society, I mean the market is evolving and is having the influence on all of these changes, but also technologies that are being used by the different actors of the world. I mean, especially in the business area, but not just in the business area. Also, like I said, in the education arena. So as having a system that then allows us to have all these knowledges and also skills is important in order to be more strategic in terms of recruiting people in the areas that we need, but also in terms of identifying how to better help our workforce to update their own skills, or to even change those skills to be able to develop the new activities that are needed in order to adapt to the market and to the new activities that the customers are needing. In this situation, education and work have always been closely associated, but now both of them are aspects that are more necessary within the company. No, I mean, education is no longer only a problem or an aspect that has to be with universities or with other companies or training companies, but also is something that the company, the managers need to manage in a better way in order to keep their companies competitive in the marketplace. Um, So here we what we can see is how the talent economy is providing new paradigms for companies, and in these graphics you can see how how these three waves represent different challenges for companies. In the first wave, that is better known as the gig economy, uh, companies that had a platform were able to hire a large number of workers with more standardized skills and knowledges. In this case, we are referring or we are talking about the food delivery companies and also Uber or even Didi or Airbnb, and these workers didn't need very special training and were able to be hired or to collaborate with these companies that operate through a platform. But what we see in the second and third wave is that now companies are needing talent that have a more specific skills or knowledges, and knowledges that are not be given as in a formal way by the universities, as we are here facing knowledges that are emerging in and not able in that way as an offer, as a course, or as a specialization provided by universities, like I said. Uh, for example, in the past weeks, we have heard a lot about Chat GPT and how this new technology is changing the way we learn and the outcomes we can have by using this platform. Of course, that people who is able to learn in a very fast way how to use chat gpt is going to are going to have a differentiator versus other workers that are not aware of the advantages of this new um, artificial intelligence. In the same way, if we are recruiters and are looking for people who have this knowledge and are not aware about that there are no university courses offering the training necessary to be considered as a specialist in chat GPT, for example, and you are looking for candidates that have a formal training in this area, you are going to be faced or you are going to be seen by this specialized talent as a company that is not very serious or you're lacking a certain reputation by not identifying how these new knowledges are um, are acquired by auto let's say auto learning, by learning by your own meaning, or by your own sources or your own research, or by having a mentor in an informal way, rather than going to the university. So there are also other ways to know this talent, and these other ways are not traditional ways to recruit. For example, to participate in activities offered by a learning community or a professional networking um, uh, community, let's say. And sometimes it is important to say that recruiters need to be more prepared to be accepted in these new communities, and in order to have a level of conversation and to talk about the topics that these communities or networking um, or networkers are interested in. So as here we are facing also a challenge for not just for the companies but also for recruiters, in order to attract the best talent, and in order to offer also good possibilities of training to their own workers at the company. In this case, I am also going to share with you a video in order to go deeper into this topic.
The first generation of emerging job markets, known as the gig economy, facilitated mass access to simple, short-term jobs. Currently, in the talent economy, the characteristics have changed significantly. Highly qualified workers who perform complex tasks and have scarce skills are on high demand now. Few of them use LinkedIn, which makes it necessary to use non-traditional, highly specialized recruitment sources. RigUp, for example, puts oil and gas workers in touch with temporary jobs on oil platforms. Specialized communities such as GitHub, Blockchain Academy, fintech ecosystems, among others, are also used. Finally, it is important to mention that, rather than focusing on university academic training, the candidate's expertise and knowledge evidence must be validated through electronic portfolios, blogs, YouTube channels, etc. The key is to diversify.
And due to all these aspects and challenges that I described for you in the previous slides, it is also relevant and important for human resources to have some KPIs that allow them to be more strategic according to these trends that we are talking about. So in this case, as it's not only important to have the traditional KPIs like the coverage period that we have in order to fill a job position, but also it's important to consider how much time we take in order to um, let the candidate to accept our job offer, and how effective we are being in having them accept our job offer. And this is important due to the fact that these very qualified workers or candidates, um, as there are not many of them, they have different job offers or different possibilities to collaborate with different companies, and and considering this high demand of their skills and knowledges, they are able to choose how to collaborate or not with a company. So if we want to really have this potential workers accepting our job offers, we need to be more creative and to include other benefits and other flexible types of collaboration that were not considered in the past or are not open to more traditional workers, let's say. And by doing this, we can also be more effective in attracting a high competent talent to our companies. It is also said that some of them are not able to work, or I mean, what they want is to work for a certain period of time, then complete this job and continue working with other company and then go back to work with us or to the first company in this case. This flexibility is something that is necessary to consider it in terms of retention rate of these new employees that cannot be taken in the traditional way of how many years they have been working with us on a full-time job as part of a full-time job position. Also, there are new ways to face this challenges and characteristics of the of that I described. One of them is the diversification of specialized recruitment sources. As I described in the previous slide, it's necessary to consider ways to build and different networks and how to develop them in order as a source of talent, very high qualified talent, and also other sources that allow us to identify the best candidates. For example, by searching in the best blogs in certain topics is a way that is not usually considered as traditional way to recruit people, but considering that we are needing to get to in a very effective time to these candidates, how we can, like I said, diversify these sources of recruitment. So it's going to be important not just to consider the traditional ones, but also other new creative ways to source our talent pools. And also it's going to be important to have in our institution and as part of the recruitment process a talent pool that allow us to have different ways to have evidences as part of these systems. Especially thinking about the electronic portfolios that we can ask to the candidates, and also ways to develop a relation with the different candidates, especially thinking about this high qualified talent, as if the first one that I consider the best uh, doesn't have time to continue working with us as a company, then we can, in a very effective way, have contact with other potential candidates. If I develop a relation with them through keeping their portfolio, their electronic portfolios, where they can have evidence of their projects, the knowledges that they are acquiring by developing, for example, an app, or participating in a mentorship program as part of their learning community, like I said. So here we are facing how the knowledge is in constant improvement, so that allow us to be part of this development of the candidate. I mean, it's not an static a possibility for the candidates to show or to prove their expertise in a specific moment, but in a continuous line, we can see how they are evolving and acquiring other specialized skills, and not just in one moment. And this as part of their recruitment process, which is no longer a moment in a specific month, but along a timeline, which duration is going to be longer than in the traditional recruitment process, like I said. So this is an approach, a different approach that recruitment areas need to consider, as well as, of course, as by including simulators, or even metaverse environments, in order to identify those relevant skills that we are looking for the candidates, as they are they are a part of the core that we have identified as strategic for our niche, or our company, or the future competitiveness of our areas, or our companies, as part of the plans we have. And so, like I said, it's necessary that human resources can consider these new ways to approach to the needs and the challenges that we as companies are facing, in terms of having the best talent, with the best skill set updated, and especially in times of rapidly evolving um, in a rapid evolution, I'm sorry, of the skills and knowledges of the workers. And also, it's important to consider that diversification of training and workforce development options is necessary. And this is because, like I mentioned it in the past slides, we are now now in these days, having not just the talent coming from universities. I mean, university students graduating from universities, and having the skills and also the knowledges updated as is necessary in the current marketplace. But sometimes it's necessary to hire and look for candidates that are acquiring alternative credentials in a shorter courses offered um, by other companies like Coursera or Udemy, that are not that are like that enterprises, that but offering good quality courses, but not in a very homogeneous, let's say, format. Some of these knowledges are even let I mean they are offered in couple of weeks, and or sometimes they have a longer duration, like months or even semesters. But the duration doesn't mean that the applicant cannot have the skills that we are requiring. So this is the reason, because we need to consider that now candidates will have different ways to prepare themselves, formal and informal, and we need to be open to all these possibilities of training of the workforce, and the talent we need to bring to our companies. So in this video, again, we are going to go deeper into this topic in order to identify other elements that are relevant.
University degrees have always been considered important for accrediting professional knowledge, but they tend to be expensive and take years, so most people only have 1 or 2 degrees throughout their lives. While there are many alternative credentials, such as certificates, because they are fast, updated, cheap, and the learning is immediately applicable. Major employers such as Google or IBM already provide alternative professional certificates, which is causing disruption in the education market. IBM has issued more than 1.5 million badges to over 400,000 students in 195 countries. In this context, companies can take advantage of the benefits and implement a system of digital badges to homologate the value of academic titles and alternative credentials, build learning paths according to their business niche, and strategically improve the talent of the organization and return on investment.
And again, here new metrics are necessary. In this case, metrics that allow us to have a human talent inventory, not that give us transparency and visibility of the university degrees and knowledges of where employees have, but also skills that is going to help the companies to work for in order to have a future competitiveness. This like we will be discussing in the previous slides, this knowledge of the company is going to be is something that needs to be built on a daily basis, due to the situation of that we are facing an obsolescence of the skills and knowledges in a way that we never had faced in the past. So as long as we need our own workers and to keep their skills updated, and need also new workers that have credentials or skills in especially in uncovered areas. So we need to have this human talent inventory updated in order to be more strategic. And in order to plan ahead what training courses we need to offer them, or what sources of recruitment we need to consider in order to be prepared for the future competitiveness, but also in order to help our workers to maintain their abilities in the best shape possible, to perform their job activities with the quality that our customers are needing and demanding, of course, especially demanding in terms of innovation, but also in terms of the quality that they are maybe experiencing with other companies. And in their daily basis, right? In this same way, we need to consider that strategic learning routes and workplace badges systems are going to be necessary. And this is a new tool that companies need to include as part of their as part of their actives, intellectual actives, as like we said, we saw in the previous slide, knowledges and skills are not on a standard format actually, or nowadays. I'm sorry. So how we as a company can let's say build a background that help us to be strategic in terms of making better decisions to guarantee that competitiveness by preparing our workers in those areas that are uncovered in the job marketplace and are relevant for our niche of specialization and to our strategic plans for customers and products that need to be developed. The answer is going to be in the quality of these systems, workplace, or that show a systematic way of manage these badges that represent the knowledges and the skills of our workers, and also the talent that we are hiring for the company for the same purposes. These systems need to be let's say need to be developed as to the according to our own needs. Not they are not something that we need to that we can copy from other company. Has to be like a special develop for our according to the characteristics of our company and the characteristics, let's say, of the niche of a specialization that we are in what where we are involved at. And also, we need to be very strategic on identifying how to get the return on investment represent the efforts that and the outcomes that we are looking for. This is because we can make the expenses be lower by using certain training strategies, and rather than just let's say having high costs in traditional ways of training people that are no longer effective due to all these challenges that we have been discussing during the previous slides. So considering a return on investment that allow us to keep an eye also on the skills obsolescence factor is going to be very, very important, very necessary in the coming days. The obsolescence factor is a measure of time that passes between the moment a good is acquired or a skill is developed and the moment it is no longer useful for the purposes of our company. So it's like we are seeing is a way to have a very good balance of both metrics in order to be very, very strategic. And the way to one of the best ways to do so, I mean, to keep this balance is through a badges system that allows to to see in a very clear way how the knowledge and the skills of our workers are, and the levels of expertise, and also how we can help them to, to have a very good way to develop themselves within the company, and how the opportunities of development are for each of them. And in this situation, the growth index and renewal of human capital is a relevant metric in order to integrate not just the career lines, but also the management, research, teaching, or consulting lines of specialization for our workers, depending on the strategies of our company, and how and what this offer to each of our workers, and depending on the, I mean, the strategic plan for our talent. Now I'm going to share with you how this can be identified in terms of the how strategically we need to build these metrics. Here in this figure, you can identify, according to Udemy, what are considered the top business skills nowadays. And this is in the right part of the figure. And as you can see here, communications skills was one of the most relevant ones that some managers consider important. But at the same time, what the results of the courses that have been taken in Udemy recently, what people is identifying as more relevant is a course that is going to prepare them for having a better customer experience management. And this is, I mean, the importance of this type of course makes sense if we again consider the trends that we have been talking about during the previous slides. Customer experience is central for any company. So people is needing to identify how to develop better strategies to provide innovation, better attention, better service to their customers, and how to design this within the company. I mean, this skill set is very relevant and is reflected on the results that we see here in this report made by Udemy. So sometimes what we identify at the beginning, a couple of years ago, as a key skills for the company are having the impact of this influence of this changing marketplace, and then we see that new skills, new knowledges are being considered as necessary. Here, again, you can see, for example, recruiting courses are on high demand, or compared to the previous days, and the reason is because attracting the best candidates is being more and more a need for any company that would like to stay competitive in the coming days. So recruitment didn't appear in the most relevant business skills in the past, but now is a trending course that more and more people is looking for in order to be able to face the challenges of attracting high qualified candidates during these days. So here, what you can do is to compare and to make or to analyze how to better integrate these changing these changing situations in order to be strategic by developing human resources analytics that allows you to have a better proposal of value for your company. And also, I am including here. I'm not going to activate this video, but I suggest you to look for it and to see it, as it provides a very interesting testimonial from IBM that talks about the return on investment that they got by having their own learning routes for their employees by using digital badges, and how having this standardized structure for the needs of their company help them also to decrease in an important way the expenses they were expending in training, and how they also at the same time they increase the performance of their employees, the collaboration results, and also the how well their employees feel in the company as part of the company by being recognized by this system that has these badges available for them to show, not just as part of the company but also in their social media. So take a look to this video. Unfortunately, is only available in Spanish, but I am sure that it's going to be very interesting as a case of success in the implementation of a digital badges system, and how well it went for IBM in terms of providing them a very good rate of return of investment in training. And this is all that I wanted to share with you in terms of new human resources analytics that are going to be necessary and also trending in the coming days, based on the needs that we have discussing during all this along this time. And hopefully, I mean, these are not the only ones. I'm sure that there will be more, but here's just a proposal and also an invitation to discuss in a deeper way how other analytics we can consider in order to keep the competitiveness of our companies and the challenges that human resources areas are facing in order to be as a partner of high value for the companies. Thank you very much for your time, and that's it. Hope you find it very useful.